Coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. On the set. Go, go, go. Double time, double time. Three down. Wide, get wide. Watch the safety creep. Go.
On first down, Taylor, and not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Check 24, check 24.
6-6, pull it high.
Check 45 the mic. Check 45 the mic.
Topper. Snap.
They run with Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Single slot.
Minshew throwing on third down. He's going to fire one deep left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 4 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things off.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
2 for 1, 2 for 1, 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Taylor. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Pilot, 64, weak. Gone.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Smooth. Snap.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And the Jaguars first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Down. 18 Gator.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Off play action, it's Minshew. He finds Taylor, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun is Minshew. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The kick by Lambeau is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Rock it.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got some space here. 20. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Goff will lead his guys up to the line to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives to see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Ready, 10-2 stop.
Squeeze, double up.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On second down now, it's Taylor. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
lead. Recon, 132 fighter.
Check out, Reed.
Undercross. Come. Fight.
Taylor. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bengals will get the football back. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd down and goal. Goff. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
218, jump.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Minshew, 1st and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will shave one more off this lead. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Goff. Going up top. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Shell. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
Play action. It's gone. He completes it to Tate. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Throwing again is Goff. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
On the ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check. Fresno. Big Dan, 22 jet bomber. Leo. Buzz. Let go.
Taylor. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You draw closer. There you go. Now.
Minshew sets to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A.J. Boye up to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Goff. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Off play action. Here's Goff. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now Goff on first down. And defensively they were... And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a big play for the Jaguars. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Switch.
The give to Taylor, and an alley to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Bengals take over.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Double time.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And Tate's got it. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things they consider safe.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the red zone now, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper in the territory, you get into the red zone.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Auden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense at summer.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 22, Minshew, that one complete. He finds Shark, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football? And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Joe Mixon. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Goff. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the fourth down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Bravo!
57.
Now, General West.
Reverse.
Minus 57. 57's right.
Let's go, baby. They turn it.
Five.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have...
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
25, check 25, check 25.
They'll try the left side. Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with time running out as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult.
Joker.
Look at me, zipper.
Motion.
Hey, check.
Hey, foxtrot.
Let's go.
Right. Get it.
They'll try and run it in. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Right, 20.
Check back.
On first down, Mixon And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jags, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist. They saying you switch if you want it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this. I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the bip. Suck to a nut.